That is an attic access ladder. And no matter if you've got an attic access ladder or just an attic access scuttle hole, if that's in your conditioned space, if that's in your home, it's going to leak some of your conditioned air out of your conditioned space and into that hot, humid, nasty attic. Dollar bills floating through the cracks around that attic access. This is my garage, and I do have a ductless mini split in here that I occasionally come in here and turn on to do projects. And I've noticed cool conditioned air that I'm paying to condition exhausting out that attic access. I'm going to take you through the steps, step by step, how to air seal this common problem. Follow along. All right, welcome to my attic. This is the way an attic should look. I don't have a lot of decorations and storage up here. This attic space should never be entered unless absolutely necessary. And this is not a place for storage, so I don't have things stored up here. I do have a couple extra tiles up here from my floor, just because I know I'm probably never going to use them, so I just threw them up here. But that's it. There's just a few tiles, nothing more. This attic hatch has been closed for 5 years since I built this house. I've never come up here since today. So, first thing that I need to do is I need to trim the shims off that are around this attic access frame. So we shimmed it out to make it nice and even and to give us kind of an air gap around it. So now I need to trim those off, and I'm going to use my trusty Flex OMT. So we'll get started here. All right, there we go. I think all the shims are cut off. Now what I really need to do is I just need to get an exact measurement of this frame. We're talking 62 and a half. 62 and a half by, let's get an exact width here, 21 3/4. 62 and a half. All right, so we've got this gap. I've got some U2 fastener universal screws, but before I just go to driving those home, always pre-drill on something like this. You will split that wood out fast. All right. See if we can't drive some of these home. Very nice. Nice and easy. I don't want to just drive them home hard. Look at that. It's going to work out pretty good, I think. One more. All right, we've sucked that together. One down, 3 to go. All right, a little bit awkward, a little bit bulky, but so far I'm liking the way it's fitting very, very much. Very, very much. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift this up and I'm going to give myself a nice generous bead all along that edge. And I know I'm going to be dropping it in it and smushing it around a little bit, but I wanted to do this to make sure that it fit before I started in. I think it's going to be just fine. It is a hot one. It is a hot one. Nice big generous bead. Okay, now I'm ready to actually place this jam exactly where I want it. And you're going to have some of that caulk squeeze out, but that's just not a big deal to me. Oh man, I wish you could see what I just seen. Sealant oozing out as it compresses the jam to the frame of the door, which is what I want to see. Once again, it's working really well right now, so this is great. I'm glad to see that the pocket screws are working. That was my original plan. Suck that down a little bit. All right, 62.5. Let's give you a little insight on this project. This is a sheet of 7/16 OSB, and it was given to me for free, so that's why I'm using it. And it's going to work just fine. It's going to work just fine. Okay, there's my marks down there. All right, here is the foam that I'm going to adhere to the lid. Once again, this was free, and it is a full 2 inches thick. It's not XPS, it's not polyiso or however you say that, but it was free, and it'll work for this. And it's a full 2 inches thick, so should work just fine. Not the same R value, I realize that, but you can't beat free. How about it? How about it? Extra. All right, so to adhere the foam to the top of my, I don't know, what do you call that, lid, I guess you'd say? Lexel from Sashco. Clear Lexel. I have all the confidence in the world in this product. I've been using it for many years. I know a lot of you guys probably have too. Great stuff. So I'm going to literally glue the foam to the lid with Lexel, but to give it a nice hold, while the Lexcel sets up, I'm going to hot glue it as well. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to give myself a nice generous bead of Lexcel all the way around this thing. Here we are. Nice generous bead. There we are. All right. Now before I set that in there, and I got to be fast about this, a couple daubs of hot glue because it'll there we are. Daubs of hot glue. That stuff will set incredibly fast, like crazy, crazy fast. Oh yeah. Oh mama. This tube's basically gone, so we might as well go ahead and use it up. That's it right there. Stuff dries so fast, it is incredible. Boom, baby. Like that. All right, I'm going to show you another spot that I absolutely have to air seal, and I just about forgot it. So you're going to want to pay attention to this part. In between the framing and the jamb, I need to spray some foam down in there. Just because the jamb is sealed doesn't mean between the jamb and the drywall sealed. So for that application, just got a simple little can of spray foam. All right, next thing on the to-do list. Somehow we've got to seal the top of our jamb extension, because just smashing wood to wood isn't going to air seal it, but you can't just caulk that because you have to have access back in here in case you ever do need to come back in the attic. So I picked this up at my local lumber yard, Extreme Rubber Weather Seal Self-Stick Tape. So I figured why not? It looks pretty good to me. As good as you can get. It has to be something that you can, you know, still access. It's got a nice rubbery feel to it. You know, kind of like a door closure strip, something of that nature. So it's got this double-sided tape. Oh, look at there. And it comes apart, which is nice. So it's just that one strip. That makes it even nicer. I didn't know it came apart like that. Fantastic. So we'll get this going. We're just almost to the finish line on this air sealing part of it. We've got a couple more little to-dos, but nothing major. All right, here we go. Self-stick. That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. I love it. All right, here's the secret sauce. These clamps I got on Amazon, these things, I think they're going to work very, very well. So 2 pieces comes with it. This was a 5-piece, so I have 5 of these. I wish I had 6. 6 would have been perfect, 1 on each end, and then 4 in the middle. But it is what it is. So basically, this is just like a cam that's going to tighten up. It's going to pull that door down when I cam it or when I hinge it. So in other words, this will be attached to the door up top like so, and then boom, snug it tight. Does that make sense? I'll show it in action obviously when I get it installed, but this was cheap kit, like 25 bucks for 5 of them. So about $5 a piece. But yeah, I think this is going to work well. I just got to find some fasteners that are going to work well for this, and fully adjustable too, by the way. So you can fully adjust how much tightening you want to do on it, all that good stuff. So anyways, let's get to work on this now. This is the next step. All right, so I'm having to call an audible here because of the way these clamps, clasps, whatever this bracket, whatever that's called, because of the way that's set up, if I were to mount that to the lid like this and this to the sidewall, it's gonna slide off. I don't know if you can see that. It's gonna slide off because this is really meant to be turned like this, okay? That's the way that's meant to work, right? And then boom, just like that, right? Okay, so I need it to be like that orientation. So what I've done is I've got just a small chunk of 1x, and I intend to fasten that to the bottom side of the lid on the edges, and then, boom, there we go. Hopefully that won't interfere with my ladder. I don't think it will, but we're gonna find out. So I'm gonna go install this one and check it. Brackets are installed. Let me give you the grand tour. I wasn't able to film installing the brackets due to, well, space, but you can kind of see that they worked very well. So I've got some serious tension on these things. You just pull this with your finger. Notice the lid. See, that's just kind of putting tension on it. So I'll pull this one. Now that's loose. See how that works? So now just focus right here. Same here. Very solid, very nice seal. I'm very pleased with the way that this turned out. I hope it helps somebody else. It just really does a good job. These brackets, to me, are the real deal. So that's how you seal, or how I seal rather, my attic access. Like and subscribe, comment down below. Appreciate it, guys.